What it do, good people? What it do? It's your boy. Um, just gonna kind of look at the lineup from last night, and this is it right here. What it do, good? Um, I think I had the right idea, honestly, man. I was on Twitter talking to Gabe Santan. I'm like, yo, go back, Bobby Boucher. He's like, nah. 2 days in a row, he gave me 8. He gave me 8 points. I said, nah, go back, Bobby Boucher. He said, nah, I got 7 and 8. I said, trust me, go back, Bobby Boucher. I was big on Bobby Boucher. What's his name? Bobby Boucher? I call him Bobby. Chris Boucher, whatever. And I was like, yo, trust me, if there's one thing I know I got right tonight, is that's the play. I just had a good feeling. I knew Siakam would overexert himself. Patty Mill got to the 18 for min price. That's 6 times, right? Cody Zeller didn't underwhelm. This is where I got and I knew the Lowry Siakam Boucher stack was coming through. That was a no brainer. Um, that was a no brainer. Phoenix, people were gonna go after the support cast, and Norman Powell actually did well, actually. So I can't say that was a bad, but I knew to just pick the high usage guy in an easier matchup for them coming off of that loss, and it worked. Dinwiddie, he was on fire first quarter. He was doing good, but the thing with Dinwiddie is he get a little erratic sometimes. Very emotional, and it's hard to have two leaders on the team, and Dinwiddie wants that role so bad. But Caris LeVert's the better player. And last night the coach saw enough. They went down by like 20. He said, "Listen, I'm gonna take out all these scrubs. I'm gonna throw my best player in there." He did that through the bench with LeVert. LeVert went for 50. They couldn't stop him. Took it into overtime. Got fouled on the three. Overtime. Bing, 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 bing. They can't like a 50, 50 plus. They couldn't stop him. You know what I'm saying? So Dinwiddie, I should have went LeVert. Ingram, I don't feel like he let me down for that. You know, it was a Zion night. So if I'd have had Zion and Levert instead of Dinwiddie and Ingram and Hayward, I don't know, he got hurt. You can't. And even before he got hurt, I think he played up until like halftime. He wasn't doing shit. And it pissed me off because normally when Tatum is not in the game, Hayward is crashing the boards. So I thought he would at least get double digit rebounds. If he scored 10 points, get a double double. Worst case, mid 30s. I didn't. So, but I woke up. I'm not even sick when I woke up. I woke up feeling much better, but I had the chills. I don't know. I just went to sleep feeling really bad. So, but I woke up and saw that I got to like 260. I'm like, how? And then when I looked, I'm like, word, I had the right idea. The values did okay. It was just the mid price guys that I picked that didn't really get. So I'm not too disturbed by it. We're gonna get into today's slate. We're gonna keep it going. And it is what it is. It is what it is. We're gonna break it down. We're gonna find those plays that we need. And we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, all right? See who's in YouTube right now. We got Little Tay Day. Little Tay. Oh, you should just call him Tay. Tay in there, crazy day. It wasn't that crazy. I didn't even watch none of the games. Honestly, I was on the phone jonesing for a little bit. Then I got tired and went to sleep. I just wasn't feeling good. I wasn't. I was just following it on the computer or whatever. But I ain't watching no basketball like that. We getting dubs tonight, of course. Every night. That's what we shoot for. So let's get into it, man. Milwaukee versus Indiana. Milwaukee, um, Giannis. Indiana might arguably is a tougher matchup than most of what he's been experiencing. Miami had his number. In 2 games, he only played 30 minutes against them. There's really nobody that could hold him down there, right? Who you got? What's the dude name? Sabonis can't hold him. Turner can't hold him. They play Giannis at the 1 quite a bit, and he just run it up. So there's no doubt that Giannis can return value at this 11K. I think he can get to a smooth 60, but 60 at 11K. If he drops 77, I'm happy. Okay. The thing is, he doesn't do it that often, and I don't want to pay that type of bread. That's over 20% of my budget on one player. I got to pick 8 players. So unless there's like crazy, and then you know how it goes, right? I guess the whole Boston team is ruled out today. So there's going to be a lot of people jumping on that just to fit Giannis and Luka and these people in. And their pay downs will get them to like 25. Giannis and Luka get them like 50. And they're not going to win. And it happens over and over, and people don't get it. Okay? Shout out to my boy I was looking at his winning lineup. He took some shit down last night, right? And where was it? Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, took some shit down. I'm looking at the lineup, and I mean, AD was his highest pay up. But you look at these are players that nobody look 1%. Paul Millsap, okay. He put some chalk in there, or whatever, but 6% Cork Marks. Millsap helped him get to that separation on fire. 3% AD. So sometimes you just can't chase what the masses is doing, man. You got to break down these slates. You gotta you gotta find matchups. You gotta find a situation like the Boucher situations where guys are gonna get you what you need to win. But don't just go with the whole field is doing, because then if that was the case, people using that strategy every day, they would have been took something down on a consistent basis. But it doesn't work like that. You gotta break this stuff down, and you gotta find plays that are really safe with upside. You gotta get those upside in there, and then you gotta get the low on fire that nobody's looking at. There's 9 games. Every single game is gonna have somebody on fire. That's the nature of DFS. Every game is gonna have a person on fire. We just don't know that person. I thought it was Dinwiddie. It was Levert. You understand what I'm saying? So the job is to break down these slates and find these people. I don't think Giannis is worth paying up for on a 9-game slate, 11K. I don't like picking those kind of players, but for whatever it's worth, I don't think you'll have a hard time getting to 50, 60 today. So if you find the right value and you want to pick them, by all means. Middleton for 7K, we need low 40s, averaging 39 in the last 4 games. Miami's a tougher, not for 2 guards, but maybe for threes. He went 4 for 16. He's a better shooter than that. So I expect 20 points from him tonight. He got some 60-point upside. Against this team, he played 2 games, only had 30. Giannis is a usage monster there, so the rest of his teammates really don't appeal to me. Every now and then they'll get a chance to go off, but it's not consistent enough for me to even look at this team and pick anyone, just to be honest. Nothing screams at me here. George Hill, questionable. What's going on with him? Groin injury. He's probable for 4K. Tell me he's going to get mid-20s in minutes, but then he's coming in banged up. So if the game get out of hand, anything that goes wrong, he's the first one to go. So just the fact that he's banged up and on the injury report just give me enough caution. DiVincenzo, um, for 4K, he'll probably get you the mid-20s. He'll probably get you upper teens. Against this team, 2 games, 3 games, he got to upper 20s. So maybe he got their number. Maybe that's a sneaky play. You will see him in none of my lineups if I made 50 tonight. I'm just saying, he already showed that he can do well. Wesley Matthew had a couple games where he got to the 20s, and then he went 1 for 6, 7 points. Might be someone that you might want to reconsider for that 3K in 3 games, 17.3. See, Wesley Matthews is the type of player tonight. Like, if I got a lineup with 7 people that I really love and I don't want to touch none of them, I'll throw him in there. Why not? You can tell me he's going to get mid-20s minutes. He already showed that he can get to upper teens. Hopefully he get back in the 20s tonight. He shoot the ball. You know he's a better shooter than that. Everything else was there. He got some assists, some rebounds. So this is the type of player that he's so cheap that if your rest of your lineup solid, I don't think he'll hurt you. But other than that, Pat Connaughton, min price, getting minutes in the teens. You don't want nobody getting 18 minutes per game. You know, I just don't feel like it's something that you want. I mean, if it's a blowout, it's just so much have to fall into place for him to get what he needs. It's just a waste of time. Let's check out Indiana though. Let me pull up my you know, I only use 2 resources when I make teams. Right? Everybody have these colorful stretch NBA teams by defense. I don't challenge the Bucks. I say that every slate. I just don't like to challenge the Bucks. They're the top defensive team in the NBA right now. I don't feel like there's a reason. And then we want to look at the last 6 games so we get current information. We don't want season-long information. We want current information. Defensive rating. Look at this. The Bucks is 96.3, and then the next look at the separation. Is this a team you really want to pick against tonight? It's crazy. These guys, and if we open up NBA teams by pace, that's why it's amazing to me, because normally when you have a team with high pace, it's high scoring and the defense. It's hard to be like running a high paced game and still play defense, but these guys are doing it. I don't know how, but the leaders in pace are the Bucks. The leader in pace are the Bucks, and the best defense are the Bucks. So you can see it as it's a high paced game. Indiana should be able to get all kind of rebounds or whatever. That's one way to look at it. Sabonis in 3 games only averaging 41. For 87K, I need 50 personally. Me. I hold my players to different standards. Okay. Um, Turner is probably a safer play for this game. If it's high pace, we figure he'll get some more rebounds. He's the block leader in the NBA, if I'm not mistaken. Every game he's getting multiple blocks. And all 6 out of the last 10 games he's getting you into the 30s. In 3 games against this team, he already got to 35. And last year he had a problem with fouls because when you go in for every block like that, you tend to hack players. But this year his foul numbers has been down. He's getting these blocks. I want to see a game if he played with any aggressive player like John. So here, he only had 1 block versus Giannis. He got the 10 rebounds. Like I said, they playing at a fast pace, so the rebounds are going to be there for him. And he seems to be playing without fouling. You tell me you playing? Did Giannis play this game, the 12th? Let me see something. Because that's another thing I worry about when I see Giannis on the court is foul trouble, to be honest. But I just want to see if he played that game on the 12th. Oh, Giannis didn't play that game. See, you got to be careful. Be careful. 212, is it? Indiana. He didn't play the last game. So those numbers are a little bit off. Giannis didn't play that game. All right? So, yeah, I had a little bit of interest and I was like, wow, you're playing against Giannis. You're getting 4 blocks with no fouls. I almost picked him tonight. Almost locked him in. Those are the trends I like to see. But Giannis didn't play that game. Okay, so he got 36. But the other 2 games he got mid 30s as well. That Giannis did play. Let me see what's his foul average, personal foul. I don't know. I got some interest in this guy tonight, to say the least. The matchup seems like it's tough, but if he got all the elements that I look for. He's getting 6 times value consistently. Minutes are in the 30s. He's getting 9 to 40 shot attempts. He's getting multiple blocks per game. There's only 1 game in the last 10 that he doesn't have a block, and he's getting four. 1 game he had 8 blocks. I remember that game. He was chalked that night for whatever reason. Um, and even in tougher matchups against Toronto, he struggled. Let's see, in Milwaukee, no Giannis, so that don't count. Toronto here, so Toronto seems to have his number. So I got some interest in him. I don't know if I'll get to him, but I got some interest in Turner there as a low-owned player that could be a little sneaky for the night. Oladipo, what's going on with him? He's considered questionable. If he doesn't play, Brogdon is a good play again. But again, this is the best defense in the league. On a 9-game slate, I'm pretty sure I could find a better point guard than any of these guys. Aaron Holiday, Oladipo was out the last game. This guy got 35 minutes, only gave you 16 points. And he's on the court for 35 minutes, only took 6 shots. So they're not messing with him. Look, he's on the court here for 30 minutes. He only took 7 shots. So he's not getting no burn right now. Right? He's not getting no burn like that. He's on the court, he's playing defense, and he's a role player, team player. There's no burn for that man. There's no reason to even. Another guy that's a good consideration is T.J. Warren. In 3 games, averaging just about 30. Giannis is a handful for him. 2 games back-to-back, good value. So if you feel good about some TJ Warren, I won't say it's a bad play. He's just too up and down for me, too iffy. And then I feel like 8,700 tonight for Sabonis. It's just too much. I don't love it. I can't say I'm crazy in love with that play. I can't say I'm in love with that game, period, to be honest, because, again, you're going against the best defense in the league. I'm just a little bit concerned. Concerned at that point. I want to pick games with teams that don't play defense, high pace, bad coaching, that the score is going to be 138 to 152. Those are the kind of games I'm looking for. I'm not looking for these games with coaches that want to play chess when everybody's playing checkers. You know what I mean? Hold on, guys. I got to get something to drink. I don't feel like I'm getting sick because I woke up without a stuffy nose. I'm not coughing. I'm not sneezing. But I just feel like a ache. My body, my muscles just aching. A little sore throat, maybe. Maybe I am getting sick. My body, my immune system might just be that good that it's not gonna get too far. I got the natural flu shot. It's called um, what is it from? Antibodies. The natural flu shot in my body called antibodies fights illnesses before they can make you really sick. I don't need them to inject me with the poison that they trying to inject people with. What the hell is that? Flu shot. All right, let's keep it going. Cleveland versus Boston. I guess there's a lot of Cleveland news, right? So Drummond, all right, let's do Boston first, because I might want to attack some Boston tonight. Boston is just well coached, so I don't know what the heck is this. They say Smart might be facing a suspension. What is going on with Smart? I just read something. Let me see. Marcus Smart suspended for what? What did he do? I missed the whole NBA last time. I'm really off right now. Loses it at ref, gets held back after Celtics embarrassing loss. Escorted off court. Had to be held back from. Here's what happened. Okay. Brooklyn bust that ass. That's what happened. We inflicted frustration. um, so he might be suspended this same, right? So it's a lot of we don't knows. Let me go to my fantasy lab and see what they got going on there. Any kind of news coming out. Hey, oh, news is now coming out. So Hayward out, Jalen Brown out, Tatum probable. 9K. I think they wanted 9K for him though. You see Jalen Brown out and Hayward out. You know what time it is at that point, right? There's no reason to even guess what time it is. 10K. Jolly against the worst defense in the NBA. In 3 games, he put up 40. Against Houston, 60, 53. 10K is kind of steep. I'm not going to lie. I want to play him tonight. I do want to play him tonight, 150%. And most likely I'm going to play him. But I just got to see. I got to make sure that I'm doing it without risk. So as I break down, I got to make sure I find players that I could put around him. All right. So Kemba's already out. These guys are out. So point guard, Smart, we don't know. If Smart plays, lock him in for that 7K. He's playing unbelievable basketball right now. I'm normally not a Marcus Smart fan. But he's playing unbelievable basketball right now. In the last 3 games, 47, 51, 43. He's shooting the ball 15 to 22 times. He's taking 14 to 15 3-pointers. He's jacking up a lot of threes. This one, he didn't even make that many. He went 4 for 14, the worst percentage ever. But guess what? He still got to 47. So if Smart plays tonight with all those guys out, we know that his usage is going to be through the roof. He's going to be jacking up crazy shots. And you want to consider him strong. If he doesn't play, I'm staying away from this game. I'll probably come in and look for some value. If he doesn't play, I don't think I'm gonna pay that for Tatum if he doesn't play, because at that point the game strategy is just gonna be the boxing Tatum, making it so difficult for me. I'm not saying he's not gonna get to 50, but the way that they're gonna put extra attention on him, being that he's the most um potent player on the team, it's just that extra attention worries me with the inflated price. So I don't know if I'll pay that 10K for him if Smart. But if Smart does play, then I like both of them, because then now they can feed off each other. So I gotta wait to see how that plays out. But I don't want Tatum to be the lone flipping savior on the team, and I got him because any opposing team, it's Cleveland though, so I don't know. 10K is a little bit, it's a tough consideration. Dice going towards the 6K mark. That means I'm paying for his ceiling. I don't know if I could pay that for him. But then again, they're so deprived that it might be worth it. Just depends on what type of news and what the rest of the slate. I'm the type of person that this game, just like the Charlotte game last night, I don't feel like I gotta come here for whatever I need when there's other games going on where people can go off as well. You know what I mean? So I'll come here for like fillers when I'm done with my lineup and I want to fill it in a little bit. I'll come here. Ojale might get some healthy minutes. He's not a bad consideration. He's a decent guy, right? In 14 minutes, he got to 5. In 17 minutes, he got to 4. So I don't know. I don't know if I could trust Ojale with that. On second thought, this Williams kid, if I wasn't mistaken, he got some healthy one last night, but did nothing. 23 minutes, 10, 16. This guy is a bum. 29 minutes right here, 13.5. I'm thinking these guys are just solid defenders that's just out there playing defense. Wanamaker though for 3,500, that might be something I might check for value if Smart's out. Again, this guy will play 29 minutes and still get you to 18. Still, he's scoring. He's scoring like he went 4 for 8. Might take more shots today. I don't know, man. And it's Cleveland, the worst defense. So I don't think Sexton can put resistance on him. So he might be worth a look. You know, I don't know. I don't know how to decipher that one. I just gotta wait till I do the rest of the sleep, then I'll come back to it. But make no mistakes. I would advise don't go crazy going picking 2, 3 bums off the Celtics just because everybody else is out and you feel like they're gonna run it up. You're gonna end up with a 16 on your team tight because you picked the wrong bum. You understand what I'm saying? It happens so often. We see it night in, night out. We see it all the time. Don't go too crazy. At least those Charlotte guys last night have a little bit of talent. You know, these guys, and even that game was weird. Like the big winning lineups didn't even have that many players from that game. So it's just to show you that you don't have to go thirsty looking at these kind of games and thinking like, yo, I need to get the value from here. There's other games, better matchups, high usage players that we can consider. All right, enough of that. Cleveland point guard Sexton just dropped a 50 bomb against Utah, and I always attack Conley because Conley defense has just been declining. But went 11 for 17. Can he really shoot like that? I mean, it's 3 steals. For this price, I need 40 from him. Boston got a bunch of nice defenders. Um, Not quite sure if I'll get. I don't think it's a bad play by any means. I think he'll get his floor is pretty safe. He should get into the 30s, especially with no Garland. That's just more shots for him to take up. Um, he just had a really good shooting game against Utah. I'm not opposed to some Sexton. I like to attack the chalk. So if you're telling me Cleveland team's going to be chalk, I don't mind Sexton. I don't oppose Sexton at all. And Porter Jr. had a decent game last game with the other dude out. He's a point per minute kind of guy. You're telling me he's going to get 40 minutes against any team with his talent. I want it. 34 minutes against a nice defensive Indiana team. He still got you to 27. New Orleans, he got you to 34. He played 41 minutes against Miami, a very good defensive team. He got to 51. Make no mistake. This is probably one of the first guys standing out to me tonight. This guy's talented, playing against a deprived team who there's not going to be a lot of. The defense is not going to be as smooth. The sets are not going to run as well because your normal starters or whatever, especially if Marcus Smart rules out, the coach got like morning shoot around to set up some schemes and get it together. The players are going to look lost. In other words, Boston is going to look lost. There's not going to be any kind of smoothness to that game. So I feel like you want to attack that. And a 5K Kevin Porter just says to me, like, yeah, I could attack that with some. And then the team is so short that he's going to get the minutes, okay? Nance Jr., he's a good for a point per minute against them. He's averaging 17 minutes, about 17 points. And Utah front court is pretty solid with Gobert in them, and he was able to pay 40 minutes and get to 40. 40 is what we need from him again tonight. The assist numbers seems a little bit inflated here though, but I trust him enough to get a nice double double, something like this right here, 13. I think this is a line that we might see tonight from him. For 6,500 for right now, I say yes, especially with the injuries. Let's see who's out. Drummond is out, and Tristan Thompson. I think Tristan's gonna play. Thompson playing. He may be able. I think he'll play though. But nonetheless, even if he doesn't, the fact that Drummond is out, um, if Tristan Thompson rules out, then I'll lock in Nance. If not, I'll play the wait and see. You know, but I like Porter. That's my favorite Cleveland guy today, and that's that. All right, YouTube, what y'all talking about? Y'all talking at all? Y'all are talking quite a bit. League suspension. Why they? Yeah, he went crazy on the refs. Now he probably just gonna get fined. Small. So I'm at work, but I'm not gonna miss my G. Courtney, I respect you, man. I bet he plays Celtics. Have no one else. I'm reading news now. He had a heated conversation with the refs at the end of the game. He had to be held back, probably a fine. I have him tonight. Brogdon, the only good pick from Indy. I wouldn't even. I wouldn't mess with that game. But I would say Brogdon is probably the. I always pick Brogdon. I'm a big Brogdon guy. I've been picking him since the beginning of the season, winning with him. So I would say that's my favorite Indiana player. He's solid every night. Word. Revenge game. Tatum probable now. Yeah. Brown out. Coronavirus. I hope that's not what's hitting me right now. I hope not. Hayward out. Walker 2. Corona. Wash your hands at least 20 seconds. Watch out for the corona. Marcus Smart probably getting fined. I mean, when does is smart, not throw a tantrum. He yelled at the ref and had to be restrained. Bro, that was not a foul for the 3-point play, and you know it. I didn't see it. I gotta watch it. I didn't see it. But I know we won. All I know is we won. I don't know. Just like that was a pass interference last year not Super Bowl, but New Orleans lost. And throughout history it's gonna be an L forever. I predict Cannon gets more run today as they will need his scoring. That's a good call for his price. What are they playing? Cleveland? They don't need his size though, especially with no drumming. So I don't know. Maybe Dice. Dice could score. Don't sleep. Dice could shoot. I mean, he can't shoot, but he got post moves. He down there. He could run it up, and he played better defense. So Dice might be what you think Canna is. Look, we got some more news. 3 news. Oh, do we? Oh, that's just people hitting me up. Oh, Bryant out. Ish Smith doubtful. Interesting. I'm happy I did the slate now that the news started trickling. But let's go check it out. Dice is no scrub. Don't get it twisted. Dice is decent. It's just that his price is up. But you tell me he's gonna play 39 minutes, he should get you mid 30s. Anytime this guy play in the 30s, look, 31 minute here. But look, in 24 minutes he took. All right. So whenever Dice he took 14 shots here. He went 9 for 14. It's his percentage. Look at his percentage, 6 for 7. So he took 11 shots here. It'll be a lot of rebounds because Cleveland just got a bunch of people who throw up a lot of shots. I think Dice is worth some, and there's no Hayward, so they're small in the front court. So Cantor, I get your point, but I think that might just be a better argument for Dice because Cantor don't get minutes ever. They never give this man minutes. I mean, but I think Dice might be interested. Um, Tatum gonna be bad chalk if he don't hit. Yeah, that's what we banking on. I might fade Tatum just to separate myself from that 45, 50 for 10K. I don't think it's good. Bro, that'd be so funny when you call someone a bum. Nan's take, I agree. What's up with Mo Bamba? All right, let's keep it going. Let's see what Mo Bamba talking about. Detroit versus OKC. For Detroit, point guard Rose is out. Knight, I think, was doubtful or questionable. If Knight plays, I'll take him for that 4,500. Um, it's just a no-brainer. He's been a point per minute every game. Whenever he played here. He went 0 for 6. I don't think he'll do that tonight. And that was the Clippers. 24 minutes here against the worst defense, Cleveland. He only got to 15. I like when he's aggressive. When he takes 12 to 14 shots, get some assists. This is the Brandon Knight that I will pay for. I just need to make sure that he plays. And Bruce Brown was what? Doubtful. So Brown is down. Knight might be down. We know D Rose is down. Is Walton does he have skills? Who is this guy? I don't know. I don't know what his game is. I might have to watch some videos on him. Snell, you just never play. Might go Savi for 4K. You know, 2 games, 30 and up. He got you to the 6 times value. And we know he got some 30-point upside. He was doing it earlier in the year. He's at home. So these little guys, they could feed off the crowd a little bit. So Savi might be a thing. Luke Cannon. Yeah, I think Savi might be a thing today. Look at this. Look at this mess. Christian Wood, if he plays, he's probable. But now he's approaching 8K. In 35 minutes, he already put up 52. And we know Biggs versus OKC is a thing. I've been winning a lot of money with this guy. I don't think I'm going to shy away from him, especially with the way that this team looks. I think I'm going to have to go back. Thon Maker, even when he was not questionable and whatever, he wasn't really getting minutes. He kind of fell out the rotation. It was Christian Wood and Henson that was making all the noise. Henson is not a bad play tonight. He's never a bad play. For that 4K, not a bad play. But I really like Seawood again tonight. I think I'll drop the bag on some Seawood. Why not? You know he got some upside. He hasn't really flashed too much of it lately. Some 45s or whatever. But I could smell a 50 bomb coming at OKC. That's the last time he did it. I don't see why he can't get 20-something points. I don't see why he can't get double-digit rebounds. And if we get some defensive numbers out of him, which he tends to do here and there, he already dropped 50 against them. For this price, we need mid-40s. I think he can get there. I like him. I like him tonight. OKC, Chris Paul for 7,700 is not a bad consideration. His price is starting to come down finally. He's been having some tough matchups. Clippers, Bucks, so he's been kind of his numbers coming down because of those matchups. But now with Detroit being on the ticket, they took his price back up. It's just hard to trust Chris Paul when you got Dennis Schroeder and Shy on the team. It's like a three-headed guard monster, and all of them are expensive. Anyone can go off on any night. Just pick the right one, and you'll be happy. Other than those three, I would say some Gallinari, which is probably who I like the most here tonight. Some Gallinari. I think this will be a lower owned player. His usage is going to be up. He's taking 13 to 16 shots per game. He's playing a weak defense. I feel like he'll get some rebounds. He'll get to the line. I think he'll score in the 20s today again. And whenever he scores in the 20s, he's in the 30s. For that 6K, you just want mid 30s. I'm not opposed to some Danilo tonight at all. I think Danilo Gallinari is definitely worth a look. Even Steven Adams. In that same game, he had 31. But lately, he's kind of like only taking, 5 to 8 shots. I don't want to play like that on my team unless you're getting 45 rebounds or something else to attract me, right? But only reason he really got to 40 this game, he had to get 3 blocks and 3 steals, which is 12 fantasy points. And he still just barely made value for his prices right now. So I'm not really big on Steven Adams tonight. It's probably the night he goes for 50. I get it, but it's the numbers are not adding up for me to get excited. I think Gallinari is the most reasonably priced OKC guy, and if I had to pick someone on the team, I probably don't have him at the end of this whole thing, but he's probably my favorite. He just went 4 for 13 against a tough defense. He's not gonna go 4 for 13 tonight, so you could add like 10 more points onto this. And it is what it is. He's just not one of those high upside guys. I like to pick guys that there's a small possibility they could give me 50. Like K Porter can go ham for 5K. There's been times where he dropped a smooth, 50 bomb. You know what I mean? Um, and they'll need him tonight. That's the type of play I like. Gallinari, yeah, you'll be happy. You'll get like 38. You'll be like, yeah. You might get 42 or whatever, but he don't have that 50 bomb potential in him. You know what I mean? He doesn't have that fire, that takeoff. So he doesn't really excite me. Never does. So I'll be careful there. New York versus Utah. I want to go back Elf tonight, and he only played 19 minutes, and I remember this game. They played Nikola Katina down the stretch. They won. I figure that they played Nikola Katina for defense against Harden and Westbrook. They're not going to need that much defense against Conley as they would against a Harden or Westbrook. It says his shooting was a disaster, but he helped fuel the victory by getting his teammates involved. No, that's not for last game. Chicago's a tough matchup for point guards. Same could be said for Philly. He went off against Philly. I always like this guy. In this matchup, I like him because Conley point guards are running it up on him. It's just the fact that we're at post All-Star game. They might be running Nikola Katina through a camp where they want to start like giving him more exposure in game time or whatever. This guy got 29 minutes. Again, it may have been for defense. He plays better defense than Elf. He's longer. He has a longer wingspan and whatnot. But I just want to be careful, man. I do like Elf. I'm just scared to lock him in because I don't want to pick him and he only gets 25 minutes. So I'm just going to kind of watch Knicks rotations for the next couple games and see if that move was for defense or if that move is because it's the end of the season and they're trying to get the young guys some treatment and see what the young guys got to offer. So I'm kind of just monitoring that situation. And it's Utah. We already saw that Nance Jr. can get to that mid-40s. I don't see why Randall should not be able to do that. This is a guy now that, yes, he got that 50 upside, that 60 upside. He can do it. He's done it. Look, 64. So he got the upside. There's no benching him. He's going to play. He only played 30 minutes, but he still got to 40-something. I don't think he's going to get another 16 rebounds. But in the front court has been tough against Utah. But in the last 3, if I need mid-40s and he's getting me 40, 44, 52. Against Charlotte, he only played 25 minutes and he wasn't in foul trouble, so I don't know what that was about. He was shooting all right. That was weird. See his minutes sometimes when he plays 38, 46 minutes, yes, I want him, but I don't know what's going on down there. You got Bobby Porter's getting increased minutes. I think he started, right? For 4K, you need about 24 from him. He's erratic. You get 27 in 18 minutes, or you'll get 8 in 22 minutes. And again, Utah front court could be a little bit tough sometimes. You see, they're good front court, so it's not something I recommend. Now, if this guy misses, questionable with sore hamstring, it's a lot of mouths to feed down there. But if M. Robinson misses, I would say Randall is a good, or even Portis um, is a good take. Utah, I would stay away from Conley this game. His price went up because of probably his ownership was really high last game, and he has a tougher matchup here between Frank Nicolatina and Alfred Payton. They're gonna kind of have him in check. Donovan Mitchell for 8K. I'm not sure I'm really gonna mess with. I don't really think I'm gonna do that. Clarkson for 4,900 is not a bad consideration, man. His minutes is continuing to dwindle though. I mean, we know he can get to the 30s. It's the Knicks who plays defense when they want to. You just never know what Knicks team you're gonna get. They try different approaches and strategies. They try different stuff, and I just feel like um, I just feel like um, the Knicks could be tricky to to um to pick against unless you're on the wings. The wings are the way you would probably attack the Knicks. Bogdanovich just went off for that 48 bomb, but look, before that he did nothing against no teams. We know this guy sometimes can get you into the 30s and he has the potential, but he doesn't do it as consistent for me. I do like Royce O'Neal though. Now that he's been starting, he's been consistent for that 6 times value, 1, 2, 3, 4 games in a row since he's been starting. Um, in 29 minutes against the Knicks, he put up 22. And how many shots is he taking? 4 to 6, but he's hitting the boards, playing some defense. He's even distributing a little bit. You know what I mean? He got a little vision on the court. Foul trouble, he's not there. He's a good little low 400 player. I'm not opposed to any Royce O'Neal at all. I think Royce O'Neal is a good play tonight for sure thing. And then Gobert, 8K. He hasn't really been meeting that ticket. 32, 20. Your floor is 28 and 29, and your 8K. I'm concerned. I'm concerned. I think you'll help me lose money like that. So I wouldn't really go crazy on some Rudy. I wouldn't go crazy on some Rudy. Yo, what up? Tatum just joined Celtics team. Looks like he'll play. Yeah. Savi and Galloway. Wood is a lock. I like Wood tonight. I like Savi too. Yo, Hustle, congrats, man. Let me get something, bro. Let me throw something at me, B. Can you turn the mic up? You hit it, and I damn near crashed the whip. What? Can you turn the mic up? You hit it. I can hear myself, so I think it might be whatever you're using to listen. Finally caught my guy live. Yeah, welcome, man. Let's chop it up. Chris Paul in a cake matchup. Yeah, he's a little expensive, though. Gallinari, that dude that gets you 29 at half and finishes with 30. Elf and Conley is a good play. I like Elf. I don't know about his minutes. Royce O'Neal is cheap. I'm on it. Portis and Harkless if Robinson is out. Okay. Guard overload, yes. Mr. Boston Breakdown, how you attacking that game? I think I'm going there after I pick my lineup and I might want some value. It depends if Marcus Smart plays. If Smart plays, then I like Tatum more. But 10K for Tatum is a little bit ridiculous to me. I don't feel like it's a priority. But if Marcus plays, I'm definitely picking Marcus. He's been throwing up tons of shots. He's been shooting like 22 3-pointers alone. He's like shacking up ridiculous amount of shots, and the team is already short-handed. So for that 7K, even last 3 games, 40s and 50s, he's jacking up 14 3-pointers. Like all his shots are threes. He's his assists. He's distributing the ball. He's playing good defense. Cleveland sucks against the point guard. So once he's ruled in and he's playing, then he's a lock automatically. You just put him in, beam. For sure. But then Tatum is just a little bit too expensive. I won't call it a lock. If I could build a lineup and I got the money for him, then I'll take him. But 10K is never a lock for any player, especially Tatum. He's balling though right now. So like I said, I like him more if Marcus plays. But if Marcus doesn't play, then I don't like Tatum. I don't mind a Marcus Tatum pair tonight, though. I think that's easy money. That's like a Lowry Siakam pair from last night. That was a good pairing. So, yeah. What up, Marquis? Was good. Malevolent Elephant said, went 15 times last night thanks to Levert, Plumlee, and Siakam. Congratulations, man. That's good shit. Really enjoy your breakdowns. You give really good insight into games and players. Thanks you so much. Yeah, you're welcome, Mr. Fitness. Anything I could do. Anything I could do to help somebody just build a lineup. That's why I do this, you know. Miami, Dragic, 6K is too much. He's coming off the bench. Um, for that price, we need low to mid 30s. He's gotten there 1, 2, 3 times in the last 10. The matchup, Orlando has been a little more porous as of late. In 3 games and 25 minutes, he only got to 21. Can't say I love it. You know, None is the starter. I probably favor him more. In 2 games, 20 minutes, he only got 10. But as of late, 3 out of the last 4 games, he's been just about 30. Got some 40-point upside. He is at home, which I'm pretty sure he does better. These kind of players do better at home, rookies. And look, 29. So he's averaging just about 30 at home. I don't think it's a bad play at all. Markel Fultz, not really saying much against him. I think none is a good consideration for sure thing. Cheap enough. I don't have a problem with some none tonight. Jimmy Butler for 8K. Just depends on which Jimmy you get. They could win games. Look, they beat the best team in basketball, and he only got 38. So they don't really need him. He's like more playing leadership duties and stuff. So I don't think for fantasy purposes, I'll call him a lock. Mr. Just Shoot threes. Just depends if his threes going in. Again, 7 out of his 8 shots threes. It doesn't really give you much in peripheral numbers. 4K. If he hits 6 out of 9 threes tonight, then you're happy. But is he gonna do that? I don't know. I'm not quite sure. This Jones Jr. kid I like quite a bit, but his numbers could be too volatile up and down. I'm not really big on that. Andre Iggy playing 12 minutes a game. Yeah, okay. We don't like that. Jay Crowder, probably one of the better plays on the team. If he gets the minutes, which doesn't seem to be an issue. He's getting 28 to 30 minutes a game. When everybody's healthy, though, I don't really feel like he's fantasy worthy. Kelly O just had a big game, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, he sucks. 11 minutes. Another guy, he's not getting any minutes. I don't know why I thought that. Bam is probably the best play here. He's like the leader of the team, no cap. In 3 games, he's averaging 43. He's in the 40s quite a bit. So if you're the type of person that just need 40 out of your player for 8K, Bam will get you there. 9 out of the last 8 out of the last 10 games he got there at home. I'm pretty sure he likes to be at home in his own arena. What's going on? My computer's really starting to like. When I do these live shows, it get a little bit congested halfway through. No, he does better on the road apparently, but 8K for Bam is not a bad consideration at all. Period. I think he's worthy of it. Markel Fultz, I'm not with it. I'm not playing that. 24 minutes, 30 minutes. He's just not getting into the 30s consistently enough. He doesn't have the upside that I need. He's not the leader of the team. 2 guards are the way you can. Let me tell you something. The way to attack Miami is with shooting guards and athletic power forwards. Not just any power forward. Like power forwards that got good foot moves, like who can shoot the 3. Like Aaron Gordon. If Aaron Gordon plays tonight, I'm locked in. Yeah, maybe. But Terrence Ross, in the last look, 34, 31, he showed some 50-point upside. I don't think he's going to do that again. He had to shoot the ball 15 times. What disturbed me, though, last game is that he only got to like 34. And Aaron Gordon and those guys were out. But they were getting blown out, so he didn't really get a full run. I'm pretty sure if the game was close and he got mid-30s in minutes like he did in these 2 games, this 30-something would have been 40-something. So definitely consider some Ross. He's been balling, and I don't see why that stops tonight. And same for Fournier. The way you attack Miami is with the 2 guard. In 3 games, though, he's only averaging 25. fantasy points per game. But Ross I like quite a bit. And then what's up with Aaron Gordon? You playing or you not playing? Is expected to be cleared to play. So he's probable, it sounds like. In 3 games, though, he only got 30. Miami, let me see. Where they rank on this defense list? Number 15. So I guess they're in the middle of the pack. I don't like challenging Miami at home. But Aaron Gordon's been balling, man. He's been balling. Let me see if I can see a tough matchup that he killed. Dallas front court could be tough. He did all right. All these are easy matchups, though, right? Look at his run. San Antonio, Minnesota, Atlanta, Brooklyn, Dallas. He didn't get to the 6th time. Detroit, he got. You know what I mean? So it seems like Atlanta. Pick him against the scrubs, man. I mean, Boston. That's pretty impressive. He got to the 6th time. I'll probably lay off of him. Coming back from a little knee injury, see how he does. And the fact that he's probable makes me not want Vucevic because then his usage will go down. In 3 games, he's only averaging 43. Miami plays slow basketball. So I don't really have a lot of interest in this game like that, just to be honest. Again, maybe some none, which I doubt I'll even play, and that's it. The way that this slate looks so far, though, is going to be another one lineup day for me, man. I'm not really feeling it. I haven't seen anything I really love like that, okay? And then Spencer Dinwiddie against Memphis. He took a step back in this game due to Karis LeVert's impressive, but he was coming off back-to-back double digits. And Trent has Brooklyn starting point guard due to Dinwiddie has scored double digits in the last 10 games. Anyway, I wouldn't play him for that almost 8K anyway. I think that's a little bit too much. We know LeVert's going to be chalked, and rightfully so. To be honest, man, I'm playing LeVert tonight, period. The matchup is easy. The pace is going to be there. What does Memphis rank in pace? Top 10 in pace. Where's Brooklyn? Top 10. So the pace is there. It's just that he went to overtime yesterday, and we know that he's injury prone. So I won't be surprised by like a midday announcement. Karis LeVert questionable. I won't be surprised, but I doubt it, man. This guy's balling. He wants the ball. Let me see any back to back. He played 27 minutes in Atlanta. Came back the next game, hit number 35 minutes. Okay, and he was on the road. Now he's back home. He took the trip from Boston down to New York. That's not a bad trip. I just did it. I just did it literally. And good matchup. He seems to be thriving. Looking at these numbers, I think LeVert for the home team. I think, and then Temple is out, so more reasons to like LeVert tonight. Right? Who they playing? Memphis. So DJ and Allen, they're equal. You get the last night. I think was the Allen night, right? A DJ night. I think last night was the DJ night, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he got to just about 30. If you're good in guessing, then you pick the right one, and you should be okay. But they kind of cancel each other out. Yo, TLC was balling, I think, yesterday. He got to that 30. Am I gonna chase that? Nah, I'm not gonna chase that. 8 rebounds against Boston. I'm not chasing that. Be careful. Don't chase that. Um, Joe Harris is what I'll probably get on, but again, I just give me LeVert and I'll probably move on. To be honest, on Memphis, I think I want some Ja Morant tonight. As he played in 32 minutes, he already dropped a 50 bomb against them. But the Atlanta game blew out really bad. They're not going to blow out Brooklyn at home. Believe you me. So I think his minutes are going to be back into the 30s. And LA, Sacramento, he got some 50-point upside, low 40s. Whenever it's a blowout, I'm trying to see when this is minutes. So this is a blowout, this is a blowout. This one was kind of close, the Lakers. Sacramento game. Portland, he should have did good here, which he did. Washington, 35 minutes, 60. Yeah, give me some Ja tonight. Playing a team coming off of a back-to-back. Give me some Ja. Give me some Ja Morant tonight. Put LeVert in the forward spot. Oh, LeVert's a straight guard now. Let's just put Porter. Just want to clean up my lineup real quick. So Smart. Let's put LeVert in the top. Then Smart. And then in the forward spot, we're going to put Porter. I like Porter tonight. I think Porter does pretty decent. Memphis, right? We're talking about Memphis. And then I always say, you attack Brooklyn on both ends, either the point guard or the center. And center hasn't even been that great. But on the wings, you want to be careful. Brooklyn, D Brooks. I was big on him and he got me a 23 bomb, so I doubt that I'm gonna go back to him ever. I'm just not interested. Um, their front court seems to be a little bit. Jay Jackson for 4,700. This guy's a bum, man. I'm not really big on playing this guy against Atlanta. He had 3 blocks and 2 steals. If you think he's gonna keep doing that, then play him. But I'm not interested. Kyle Anderson, not interested. He did better when he was on the Spurs. That's how you know when I'm in New York City, right? Sirens and shit. There's no like where I live at is you hear crickets all day and night. Yo, Jonas Valanciunas in 19 minutes put up 44.8 points against Brooklyn. Okay. In 25 minutes he got to. I'm not paying 8K for Jonas though. I know that he can get you 51 and 49. I know it's Brooklyn. I know that their front court is deprived. You know, it might not be a bad consideration. Um, I don't doubt that. Like I said, this game is gonna stay close. And the blowouts are the games that he's not playing 30 minutes, but the close games he's playing 30 minutes and he's getting to like 50. So for that price, I don't think that. I know they're not blowing out Brooklyn tonight. That's a fact. That's a Fendi. So here against Sacramento, it was a close game, but I don't know if the injuries affected much yet. He was chalk last game, and I have good reason to think he'll be chalked up again this game. He's a big size for Allen down low. Um, I'm not against a 7,800 Jonas. I'm not against it tonight. I actually like it. What's a Gorgie? How many minutes? But he's playing garbage time, right? Can we rely on that? What happens when the game is close? Right, like right here, you only play low 20s in minutes. Um, that same game that Jonas went off, he played 32 minutes and got to 48. Or he actually played more minutes than Jonas that game. So, maybe Jang is what you want. It's just tough. If I could find some other plays towards the end of the slate, I'll probably fade Jonas. I don't think he's a must for that price, being that like his minutes are very questionable all the time. But I like what I see. I like what I see from it. Minnesota versus Chicago. Let me see what y'all talking about. Who you liking tonight? Same as the guy. I need a 5 lineup. If you can get 2 players to go off, then fill with complimenting. Siakam was my first lock. Yeah, Siakam and Lowry. I like those two yesterday. Portis killed Utah 3 out of the last 4 games they played. Um, Portis has the tools to kill anybody. Portis is actually a very good, talented basketball player. The situation just sucks right now. You need to kill his agent. If Robinson doesn't play for that 4K even, we already seen that Portis just went off against Houston. Um, he's just so erratic. And it took him 2 blocks and a steal just to do that. Let's see. He said in 1 game against Utah, he put up 40. It's not a bad consideration. It's something worth chasing. I think. I don't have any issues with that. Temple out. Joe Val too expensive. TLC's a trap. George Hill out. People are really playing Wanamaker tonight. That's what I'm saying. That's how it go, Hush. You see, that's Mr. Takedown Slates. All right. I just showed you this man just hit 75 bandos on a takedown, and he understands that it don't go chasing waterfalls, man. Don't go to these games and go crazy and start loading up like, Marcus Smart is out. You know what I mean? Just don't do it. J Val, save your center spot for. Yeah. Porzingis is here. You know I'm locking him in. You know me, man. You know I'm playing Porzingis tonight. J Val way more consistent this year, but he's not worth the price. Yeah, that's a Fendi fat. I don't think I'm getting to Definitely gotta give me some Porzingis. I don't care what the matchup is. I don't care nothing about nothing. Porzingis playing, he's a lock. Period. I don't care who, what, when, where, how, why. If Porzingis playing, I'm playing him. That boy right now is on a run. But what's his name is a tough body for him though. I'm not gonna lie. But let's see, Minnesota, Chicago. I will shy away from this 9K D Russ again. Last night he played New Orleans, only got to 39. Tonight you got a tougher Brooklyn. I said don't play point guards against the Bulls. That's like something that I always advise against. Please don't play point guard against the Bulls, okay? That's a tough play. Um, um, what am I talking about? McLaughlin, the backup player, is not worth looking at. Beasley for 6K, not bad. He went off last night. The fact that he went 11 for 13 and just got 39 fantasy point concerns me. It means that he has to shoot almost perfect just to really make it. That means that he has D. West on his team, who's a chuck, and he just takes the best of his opportunities. And that's not the kind of player that screams at me at all. D. West is a cancer, man. He's just like his game is just to just jack up shots. He doesn't make people around him better, and I don't want no parts of it. Hernan Gomez has been pretty consistent across the board. He has an easy matchup tonight. He's been in the 30s like every game. Every look, 35, 32, 50, 28. These are not numbers that's going to sink you, okay? 29. So when we look at people like Hernan Gomez against Chicago, the matchup is there. But Porter, right? Otto Porter is back. So the matchup not, but still. Make no mistakes. This is a guy I like. The rebound. He's gonna double again tonight. What's Chicago doing as far as pace? Minnesota, and so they're pushing the pace. Chicago might middle of the pack, so it'll be a pretty decent pace game. I mean, another source that I like to look at NBA. This game have an over under of where is it? I don't see it. What is this? Chicago 225. So not crazy. That New Orleans Dallas game 236. Portland Washington 239. Um, but yeah, Hernan Gomez. I'm not against a play like this. I'll swap out Valanciunas for some Hernan Gomez. I like him tonight. I think that's not a put Wood at the center. Put Hernan Gomez. I don't think that's a bad consideration tonight at all. I like it. I think it's pretty good. What else we looking at? And then Nas Reed just went off crazy last night. He was on one. He went almost a 50 bomb for 5K. The matchup is still gonna be there. He's just a foul risk. He's a foul risk. The worst feeling is to have this guy on your team and get 2 quick fouls. Guys like honestly, I stopped picking guys that's high risk prone to foul trouble. I just stopped because it's annoying. The reason I like Hernan Gomez is when he entered the game off the bench, D West will probably be resting up. He'll get his shots up, okay? He'll get a double-digit shot attempts. He's getting high rebound numbers. He's getting defensive numbers day in and day out. He can even distribute a little bit. There's no reason not to like this guy for 5K flat. I like him. But Nas Reed, I love him in this matchup. It's just that I don't know how much he'll be on the court. I don't know how much he's going to be on the court. Look at this guy. So efficient. 21 minutes, he'll get you to 38. 26, he'll get you to 33. 23, he'll get you to 27. If any of those guys get into foul trouble, I think he'll get you to the bag. It's just that the minutes are not there. Minutes is opportunity, and he's shooting 14 shots in 21 minutes. Another guy, he's filling up the stat sheet. But look here against Dallas. You know what I mean? What if he come out and he's a little more passive? You just drop 4,700, you get 11, you tight. So this guy right here, he got a little bit of my interest as well. But, and we look at all these games. Look at it, 33, 27, 29, 28, 28, 29, 31. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 10 times he's gonna get you 6 times value. I don't know. I don't mind stacking him and Hernan Gomez together. I doubt that that'll be my final product, but I don't think that's a bad consideration right there. Nas Reed, though, I don't like his foul trouble potential. It really it worries me. It does. It really worries me. Chicago, Kobe White, 6K. I like him tonight. And to be honest, when everybody getting give me some Kobe White, getting D West late in the game, jacking up threes, they both going. Give me some Kobe White tonight. When everybody chasing this Marcus Smart chalk night, give me some Kobe. Why not? Why not? I'll take Kobe. Kobe's on one right now. I know he's on the road, but the matchup is a little bit And to see Drew Holiday and how they was carrying on last night, Drew Holiday triple double, Lonzo 50 bomb. The way that Minnesota's giving it up right now. Give me some Cody White, please. Give me some Cody White tonight. Zach LaVine out, Chris Dunn out. Come on, where the points gonna come from? Saddle defense, RC defense. Valentine might can get you there. I'm not gonna lie. Valentine's works from consideration too. Did he start? In 10 minutes, 12, 16 minutes, 22 minutes against Indiana. That's a tougher matchup. Brooklyn, 22 minutes. That could be tough on the wings. I think this is one of the good values for the slate. I don't know if I need him, if I'll go there, because Kobe White is who I really like. But Valentine is definitely worth some consideration. This Bull team, this is a game right here that's loaded with players that you want. You get in a Minnesota team, but you want to play guards, right? You don't want to really attack them up front with even still. Attack them. Period. You getting a Minnesota team coming off of a back to back, played a hard game last night, and then you got players that's like Otto Porter. How many minutes they gave him? 17 minutes. He got to 30 almost. I don't know. He came off the game was close and he only played 7, so he might be on a minute restriction. So for that 5K minute restriction, careful. That makes me not like none of these front court players anyway. Hutchinson, whatever, he's a bum. Thad Young, price kind of went up because all the bigs were hurt, but those guys are starting to come back. So I'll be careful. In 36 minutes, he got to 30. I just don't see the upside. I don't see the upside for that 40 bomb. I don't really love him. He's done it, but guys are getting healthy. It's a lot of competition for minutes and usage, so I'll be careful right there. This Carter guy came back against Dallas, played 23 minutes. Dallas could be pretty tough in the front court, so I'm not mad at that. Um, I'm not mad at that at all. It looks like it's a two lineup night for me because there's a couple of approaches that I've already seen that I like and I want to capitalize on. So I might be playing two lineups tonight. Um, Gafford, not with these guys getting healthy. Is Marketing playing? He will return. So yeah, it's too much going on. That makes me just not. If Marketing is playing, is in Minnesota? Is he going to be limited? I just like Cody White. The backcourts is thin. You know, Saddle will get the start, and Saddle will pick them apart too. Saddle will fuck around and get you a triple double in this game. We know he'll get you the assists. He'll probably pull down some rebounds. He'll play massive minutes. At 5,800, I'd rather pay it for Kobe, but I like it. And RC is the same story. He'll get you for that 3,300. He's gonna get minutes in the 20s. Um, but give me Kobe. I think so. Give me Kobe jacking up all these shots. What's his usage? Look, 20 shots. You know what I mean? 17 to 21 shots. Fill in with some assists. He'll get some rebound. He might play some defense. 6K. Yeah, give me some Kobe against Minnesota. After watching what Lonzo and them did last night, yeah, give me some Kobe. Give me some Kobe, and that's it. That's it. That's how I feel about that game. Suck. What I miss? Where the money at? Is it here? It's been a lot of money. I think I'm in the last. I'm 7-2 in the last 9 days. 7-2. So I think that's pretty impressive. I think I'm doing all right, but I don't want axe around. I don't want to toot my own horn. Kobe White with everyone on minutes restriction and no Levine. I like it. Juan chose the play. I like it. Nas could be a nice play if he don't foul out. Yeah, I don't want to be looking at the game cast and see Nas Reed 2 personal fouls, first quarter, 10 minutes to go. I would be pissed. I would be pissed. I don't like that. Joe Val has a real potential for a 2020 game. He put up 44 versus Brooklyn earlier this year in 19 minutes. If he plays 30 tonight, you already know. I don't hate J Val. I just think he's gonna be real chalky. And I feel like there's more than one way to get to the bag. So he might make one of my two lineups, to be honest, but I don't love it. I don't love this. I don't love J Val tonight. I mean, I never feel like any one player is a must on a 9 game slate. But I think that you can't go wrong. I don't think you're gonna lose because you had J Val in your lineup at all. At all. I think it's a good solid play. So With that said, I do prefer J-Val at home. But man, oh man, is he in the smash? He is. He is. 20 and 20 still wouldn't even give you 5 times. Let me see. 20 points. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. For that price, 20 and 20. 20 rebounds is 25, and then 20, that's 45, plus the 2 points, 47. 20 and 20 will get me to that 6 time for his price, for sure. Reed gonna be chalky. Yeah, I'm not playing Reed tonight. He is minute. Laurie back in the lineup. I saw that. 20 rebounds is 25. Oh no, yep. Saddle, I agree. I like Saddle. I think it's a 2 line night. I just said the same thing. I like Terrence Ross as a leverage play off of the Kobe chart. Nah, I like Kobe. I run 3 lineups every night. Yeah, I think I'm running 2. I don't know about 3. Hey, it's your USD LOL. If you think he's gonna get 20 boards, put him in your line. Yeah. Clear your lineup before DK starts crying. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, man. You're right. I mean, I didn't. I'm just filling in players I like, man. LOL agreed. Yeah, man, you know the stenches be watching low key. That's a whole fact. Every time I was showing my screen name of the burner account that I made, by the time I go back into it, it says locked. I'm like, what the fuck? Damn, I just did a live 5 minutes ago. How the hell they got my shit? I think Draftkings is personally watching it. They kiss my ass. Like I said, I don't gamble on Draftkings anymore. I give my best friend advice and he played the lineup I tell him to play. I don't play anymore. I just do it. I let him do it. Let him have a good time with that shit. Yeah, man. Yeah. Hustle. I knew he was gonna play more than one, especially with all the nice plays on the slate. I don't like expensive chalk, J Val. Yeah, at the moment, Luca is projected for 40% ownership, but that could change. Ah man, that's a lot. Let's check it out. Dallas, 40%. Luca, 11. Nah, I'm not paying. I don't care. I don't care the opponent. I don't care. I'm not paying 11K for nobody. I'm not having no 11K players in my lineup. In 3 games, he put up 60 against them. 60 for 11K is about 5.5 times value. It's not bad. And I know his floor is pretty safe. I don't think he. I think his floor is alright. If he gets you 43, 41, or 46, which is 3 out of the last 4 games he played, you might be pissed off. But go for it, man. Go for it. I like it. I like it. I think I played 3 lineups. If that's what his projected ownership is, I might have to attack this slate tonight. Because that's crazy. Not for Luca. Tim Hardaway is a bum. I never play him, but I'm not gonna be biased. I'll break down his numbers and see what he looked like. We need just about 40 for him to make me happy. He hasn't touched that. I'm not spending too much time on this bum. His pops was a much better player. Done all right, and these guys not with Luca back. DFS had a big game with no Porzingis, but with Porzingis, I'm not sure I want him back. Keep it pushing off of that. Power forward, Maxi Kleber for that 5,200. Not with Porzingis back. I think he'll settle back down into the 20s for that 5K. Boban with Porzingis back, I would say no. Willie Cauley Stein, I don't know why they don't want to play that man, bro. That was crazy. They gave him a mean DNP just to play Boban, and they didn't even need Boban's size or nothing. They just straight dissed him up. I guess he was out for some personal reason. They probably didn't respect his personal tag, so they probably just I don't know. He probably got beef with his franchise right now. I don't know what's going on with him. But Porzingis is my favorite. It's probably the highest priced player I've played tonight. It's Chris Stops. In the last 4 games, he's averaging 54 fantasy points. He's 9K. That's 6 times value. He got 75-point upside. What else do you want from a guy in your lineup? Huh? Is that not what you want? Miami was a tough matchup. He still got to that fitty yitty. You know what I mean? Minnesota, they blew them out. I don't think they blowing out New Orleans. New Orleans trying to make the playoff right now. They balling. Look at this. 56, 58, 60, 59. Now, make no mistakes. This game he left early. And then he missed the cup again the next game or whatever. 42 for 9K, I'm mad. But if that's his floor, whatever. Give me some Kristaps tonight. I love me some Kristaps. I know I get crazy over Kristaps Porzingis. I call him the white KD. Gabe Santana was like, yo, could you stop disrespecting KD, please? He says he's Sean Marion. He said he's Sean Marion on steroids. Not yeah, the man, he balling, man. He balling, period. So give me some Kristaps. I like Kristaps, and that's my favorite play on Dallas. New Orleans. Be careful with point guards. I know Lonzo and Drew has been on the tear, but against Dallas, those guys might have a harder time. Being honest, for whatever reason, look, 3 games, 30 minutes, they're only getting 22. For some reason, I don't know. I don't know. Is Luka a good defender? I don't know what it is. But point guards against um point guards against Dallas having a hard time. But with that being said, let me see. Good matchup, good matchup, good matchup, decent matchup. Golden State, good matchup. Portland, good matchup. OKC. What he did against Indy, 40 minutes, he only got 32. That's a tough matchup. Chicago, tough matchup, 35. With that being said, though, 35 is still being is good. 5-time floor. We know the upside is there. He flashed it 2 out of the last 3 games. His defensive numbers look good. 3 steals and a block. Flirt with triple double, couple games. He's keeping his hands to himself. He's taking 12 to 15. His shooting, I don't know, man. These numbers look trappy to me, man. It look like a trap waiting to happen, man. Not gonna lie, but I can't argue what he's been doing. Every time I do a breakdown, they be like, Lonzo, I told you. And he come through and he do it. But these numbers, when I'm studying them, you mean to tell me Lonzo gonna shoot 7 for 10 from downtown again tomorrow? That's why I like Kobe White, by the way, today. And 9 for 12, that's not Lonzo. Like, Lonzo's not even a shooter like that. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I'm not sure how I feel about Lonzo right here today. Drew Holiday for 8K. You get another 60 bomb, you happy. But again, it's just I don't feel it. He got a nice smooth triple double yesterday. The upside is there. The floor could be a little bit scary. It's a lot of people to share the ball. 8K Ingram. I've been trying to show Ingram love, man, but it's like so far and in between nowadays. Like I get like a 48 and a 50. I got excited. I'm off of that train. Zion is the guy that's getting even more shots up in usage or whatever. Zion started yesterday a beast. I think he had like 20 fantasy points in the first 6 minutes. It's crazy. It's crazy. Reddick is out. What did Hart do last night? They lit him up. Look, even Hart hit value. So get with them Chicago guards, man. RC and White, not bad plays tonight, man. From what I saw last night, against Minnesota, they looked like trash out there. 8K Zion, his price went back up. I know he just had a look. That's probably the best game you're gonna get out of Zion. What you got last night? All right, look. Let me show y'all something. For 7,700, I did my live stream. I said I love Zion. I said I love Zion tonight. This is probably the first night I'll play him. I didn't play him. I went with Hayward and all these bums. But 4 steals, a block, 8 rebounds. 8 rebounds, probably the most rebounds he's had in the last 10 games. Oh, he had 9 here when he had his 50 bomb. So I don't see him getting double digits tonight. It's a tougher matchup for him. Not crazy about Zion. Favors, though. I think Favors is what you might want tonight. They're going to need him. They're going to need his defense. His perimeter defense is pretty solid. In the 21 minutes, he already got to 26. And they're going to need his perimeter defense. He can come out and guard bigs on the outside. You know what I mean? He's quick. He got a little footwork in his game. So I think Favors is what you want tonight. They didn't need him last night for Nas Reed and these guys. He didn't really do much. But I think Favors is what you're going to want tonight. But it's just too hard to guess. It's a crapshoot. But I can't single out a New Orleans player that I really like tonight. Coming on a back-to-back with tired legs or whatever, I think it's a tough consideration. So I'll be careful with that game for sure. It just doesn't scream at me. All right. Let's see. Wagner in Washington. Yeah, those are the type of plays I don't really be looking at like that. But I'll check it out. We're getting there next. May have to tweak your lineups. LOL. I don't give out lineups. It's against Draftkings rules and regulations. I don't give. I'll give advice. Brandon Ingram price needs to decrease. Yeah, I'm not with that no more. Damn, I'm late. Nah, you good. You good. How many of those games without Luca? Even with Luca, he's been going off. Trust me. I don't want to go through it, but trust me. Porzingis is what I like. Porzingis, Wood, Whiteside in the same lineup. Fire. I like Whiteside too tonight, but he's kind of expensive. I don't know if I'm going to pay that 9K for Whiteside tonight. Zion and Porzingis in the same lineup. I'm not big on Zion tonight. I don't like Porzingis because what the real upside on that price. I'm looking for more than 6 times to take that on that thing. Yo, what are you talking about? You ain't see the man just went for 70, but that was without Luka, and I get it. But hold on, don't disrespect. Hold on. Now y'all gonna make me even look at the numbers because you might be right. You might be onto something. Let me see. 9K, 9K. Let me see. So 54 is 6 times, right? So 56, 58. So Sacramento, Orlando, Memphis, Indiana. Sacramento, Orlando, Memphis, Indiana. Sacramento, Orlando, Memphis, Indiana. Play Porzingis. He's going to be in one of two. I don't think I'll load up on him. I can't play a 9K player in both lineups. That's kind of risky, but Sacramento. I don't even remember what I just said. I think Orlando was in there. Yeah. Luca played some of these games. Sacramento, Luca played. Portland, Luca played. So Porzingis is on it. But I'll play him in one out of two. I won't say it's a must play, but definitely one out of two. I think that's worth something. I think Lonzo's a trap too, yeah. Drew Holiday might be the most underrated player in the NBA besides Bradley Beal. Wait. I agree with the first half of your statement. Waiting for Castlevania Season 3 tomorrow. I don't know what that is. I'll play Zion in a low 7K, yeah. I like favorites too. Good call. No Zion versus Porzingis D for me. Mm-hmm. All right, we got one more game, man. We got one more game. I got a long drive home. I'm going to try to get home before a lot and start making my lineups then. Portland. Dame Lillard will play, so that makes 8.6 for McCollum a dub. All right, I don't gotta go into no numbers. McCollum prices because of his increased usage and such. The fact that Dame Lillard will play, that makes 8.6 for McCollum very, very risky. Okay. With that being said, it is Washington. I just don't see him putting up 24 to 20 to 30 shots a game anymore. Those days are behind us. Him putting up 24 to 30 shots are behind us. I don't see it happening. It's hard for me to see that happening. McCollum. See, Dame for that 10K might be a thing. Again, he's been out for a long time. He might be on a minute restriction. We just don't know what's gonna happen there. Does he have his legs below him? It's just gonna be hard for a guy to come back like that and get them type of 10K salary. And the fact that he's back means that all his teammates' price has been falsely inflated due to his absence. I'm not really interested in any of these guys. Whiteside for like 10K, I'm not having any Whiteside. I'd rather go J Val than Whiteside. I love the matchup and all, but he already dropped to 61. But I would say caution. Caution. Use caution with Whiteside. You said you're going to put Whiteside and put Porzingis in the same lineup. That's 40% of your salary on two players. So be careful. You're going to have to start value shopping and you probably get yourself in some trouble. So I would be careful with that. All right, let's look at Washington. Point guard, Shabazz. Portland has been generous to point guards. Shabazz got back to earth yesterday after the Didn't Shabazz go off in the game and I was like pissed off about it? I'm like all of a sudden Shabazz. Oh, that was Tyus Jones. Oh, it was him. No, it's Tyus Jones. I've been consistently trying to play Shabazz day after day, thinking that big game is coming, and it might be tonight. You know how it be. As soon as I get off of a player, he goes off. Um, like Tyus Jones, but 10.6 Bradley Beal. Come on, guys. Come on. Last night I bet somebody like 50 is a 50 though. 50 is a 50, and you're right. 50 is 50. If you had fire around him, you could have probably won some money, but I'm not paying 10K for Bradley. I don't care who he playing. They're gonna throw a Reese on his ass and lock that shit down. I'm not really big on Bradley Beal today. No Napier for me. It seems like the front court is where you wanna. So Bryant ruled out. Is that what they said? He's held out. So no Bryant. I would say Bertans, man. Or Hachi. What's wrong with Hachi? Hachi might be the way to go. Hachi getting minutes in the 30s. He's always putting up 30s for that 5K even. Safe floor. Um, no Bryant.
I think Hachi, what he did, they played already. How many minutes he played? If they played, they haven't played. I think I like Hachi, Hachimura. Um, Somebody mentioned Wagner. I'm never quick to play Wagner, but he's min price, so the price definitely stands out. Let's see. But look, T. Bryant just came back and he still wasn't getting minutes. I don't know if he's gonna get 28 minutes, sure, but the team look like they're getting healthy. You got Hachimura, they got Bertans. Who else they got down there? Let me see. Hachimura, they got Bertans, they got Mahinmi. I don't think Mahinmi's in the rotation though. And then him. So maybe, let me see. Hachimura and who's his backup? It'll be Wagner. So Wagner got to play some minutes. Then you got Bertans. And who's his backup? Wagner. So Wagner, not a bad. Yeah, I could get jiggy with some Wagner. I see the vision. I see the vision for sure. I see what you're looking at. Not a bad consideration. I see through those lens. Bertans. To be honest, I like both of them, Bertans and Hachi. I feel like their minutes are gonna be increased. Bertans is the better shooter. He got some 40-point upside. He's already flashed it, and whenever he seems to get minutes in the 30s or near 30s, very seldom that he doesn't really take advantage of it. And if you tell me that it's a back to back, how many minutes he played yesterday? 29, and he got to 31, and what was that Carmelo Anthony? Maybe I don't know. I like both of them. I like Hachi and I like Bertans. I don't think you go wrong at all. I don't think having one of these 5K players in your lineup is going to be the reason you lose at the end of the night. It might be the difference from winning 600 versus 250. You know what I'm saying? But I think you'll see green if you build a nice lineup with with Hachi. No minute restrictions for Wagner. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I didn't even know he was hurt. I don't really follow this team like that. I'm really like against them. Let's see what they talk about. I'm not a Washington fan. Oh, he's ejected on the 12th. He got an attitude. I don't see him getting ejected. He don't look like the type. What he did? Back to back technical foul for altercation with the refs. Oh wow, he got an attitude on him. Yeah, I don't see anything about minute restrictions or anything. It's worth researching. It's worth some research or whatever. But that's the end of this stream, guys. Thanks for coming and hanging out. On the way out, hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you follow the stream if you want that nice breakdown, player by player. Follow me on Twitter if you want some further advice as news start to trickle out. And let's try to get back to the bag today. Yesterday, and I fell asleep. I thought I got cute. I'm like, wow. But then I woke up and realized, like, nah, I had the potential was there. I could have did some damage last night, just one or two tweaks. So that made me feel better. And it made me feel like I wasn't going crazy. So Zion, they're not gonna rest him. Damari Carroll, questionable. Mm, I'm just trying to see if I missed anything in the breakdown. I think I got all the news. So that's it for me, guys, man. Good luck tonight. And I hope we can get back to the money, man. I hope we get back to that money. Let's get that money, man. Get that money, man. Yeah, yeah.